The cold emptiness of space stretched endlessly around the distant space station. Brightest 9. Inside its steel walls, scientists worked late into the night, monitoring the stars for any signs of danger. The station was small but powerful, built to detect even the faintest signals from across the galaxy. One evening, Dr. Mira Collins sat at her console, her eyes fixed on the screen. Suddenly, an unusual signal appeared, an eerie pattern of waves pulsing through the vast darkness. It was unlike anything she had seen before. "Mira, come quickly." Her colleague Raj called out, pointing at the data streaming in. The whole team gathered around, their faces growing serious. The signal wasn't natural. It was a message, a warning from somewhere far beyond. As they decoded it, the truth hit them hard. A mysterious alien armada was moving through the galaxy. Their purpose was clear and terrifying. They planned to destroy everything in their path. Dr. Collins's voice trembled as she spoke in the emergency broadcast. "This is not a drill. We've detected a hostile fleet heading toward us. The armada is capable of wiping out entire star systems. We must prepare." The scientists worked feverishly, sending their warning messages to Earth and other inhabited planets, but their warnings met silence. Political leaders debated, questioned, and delayed. Some dismissed the scientists' fears as exaggeration. Others feared the panic that such news would cause. On Earth, news outlets caught wind of strange signals, but lacked confirmation. Governments issued vague statements assuring people everything was under control. The public remained unaware of the real threat looming in space. Meanwhile, the alien armada drew closer. Their ships were enormous, dark, and silent like predators stalking their prey. The galaxy held its breath. Back on Brightest 9, tension grew. Supplies were running low. The team worked around the clock, analyzing the armada's movements and potential weaknesses. They shared their findings with military leaders, urging immediate action. But politics slowed the response. Earth's leaders argued over budgets, alliances, and priorities. Some feared revealing the truth would cause chaos. Others hoped for a peaceful solution that seemed impossible. The scientists grew frustrated. Dr. Collins stared out at the stars, wondering if humanity would survive the coming storm. "We don't have much time," she whispered. "We don't act now, no one will survive." As the alien ships approached, a chilling question echoed in the minds of all who heard the warning. Would humanity listen before it was too late? The tension on Earth grew with every passing hour. In the world's capitals, leaders gathered behind closed doors, their faces grim. News of the alien armada remained classified, shared only with top military officials and select politicians. Publicly, governments promised safety and security, but beneath the surface, preparations were rushed and uneasy. At a military command, centered deep underground, General Harper stared at a massive holographic display showing the incoming fleet. The alien ships were unlike anything humanity had faced before. Huge, heavily armed, and moving with terrifying speed. "We have less than 6 months before they reach Earth," Harper said, his voice steady but filled with urgency. "Our current defense systems won't hold against them. We need new strategies, new technology, fast." Scientists from around the globe were brought together to form the Earth Defense Initiative, EID. Among them was Dr. Mira Collins. As recently recalled from Brightest 9, she explained the Armada's capabilities and weaknesses as best as she could. "From the data we have, their ships rely heavily on energy shields and coordinated attacks," Mira said during a briefing. "But their technology also shows signs of vulnerability in their communications. We might be able to disrupt their command signals." The room was silent. Everyone knew the stakes were unimaginably high. Failure meant extinction. While scientists worked on new weapons and defense systems, politicians struggled to maintain unity. Alliances shifted as countries debated who should lead the defense effort. Distrust and old rivalries slowed progress. Some leaders prioritized their own power over global cooperation. Meanwhile, ordinary people went about their lives unaware of the looming disaster. Cities buzzed with activity. Children played in parks, and markets thrived, all under the shadow of an invisible threat. In secret labs, engineers raced to develop advanced fighter ships and orbital defense platforms. They scavenged old technology, rebuilt satellite networks, and created powerful AI systems to coordinate Earth's defenses. But doubts lingered. Could humanity's technology catch up in time? Could people set aside differences and unite? In a quiet moment, Mira looked up at the night sky. The stars seemed peaceful, but she knew darkness was coming. Her voice was firm when she addressed her team. "We must prepare for the impossible. This is a fight for survival. If we fail, no one will survive." The clock was ticking. The war for Earth had not yet begun, but the countdown was unstoppable. The first signs of the alien armada appeared in Earth's skies on a cold, clear morning. Across the globe, people looked up in awe and fear as massive ships darkened the horizon. The media captured every moment live, a spectacle that quickly turned into a nightmare. At Earth's main space defense station, alarms blared nonstop. Soldiers scrambled to their posts, and commanders shouted orders. The alien ships moved with deadly precision, launching energy blasts that shattered satellites and disabled ground defenses. In New York, the skyline flickered as power grids were hit. Panic spread through the streets as news of the attack broke. Governments declared states of emergency. The world watched in horror. Amid the chaos, Jack, a young engineer from a small colony, watched the destruction unfold from his cramped workshop. Unlike the massive military vessels, Jack's ship was small and made from old parts, but it was the only hope he had. He received an urgent message from Earth's command. "We need every available fighter. Get ready to deploy." Jack hurried to his ship, heart pounding. The fate of humanity was on the line. In space, Jack's warship raced toward the alien fleet. The first battle was brutal. Alien fighters swarmed, firing beams that tore through the void. Jack dodged with skill, using his ship's agility to avoid deadly hits. Despite his courage, Jack's ship was damaged. Systems failed one by one, sparks flying inside the cockpit. But he kept fighting, aiming for the alien capital ship. Back on Earth, live broadcasts showed the destruction and bravery of pilots like Jack. Viewers felt a mix of fear and hope. The battle ended with heavy losses on both sides. The alien fleet retreated, but not before warning humanity. The real war was coming. Jack floated in space, battered but alive. He knew this was only the beginning. The world had seen the first glimpse of a nightmare. Would humanity be ready for what was next? Jack's small warship drifted through the cold blackness of space, battered but not broken. The first battle had left deep scars not only on his ship, but on his spirit. Round him, stars twinkled quietly, unaware of the chaos unfolding just beyond their glow. Back on Earth, scientists and military leaders scrambled to repair the damage and prepare for the next attack. The loss of many brave pilots weighed heavily on everyone's minds, but hope still flickered, especially because of Jack's courage. One evening, as Jack repaired his ship in a hidden space dock, he received a strange, encrypted message. It wasn't from Earth's command or any official source. The voice was calm, but urgent. "Jack, listen carefully. There are secrets hidden within this war. Some humans have sided with the enemy. They want Earth to fall." Jack's heart raced. Betrayal within his own species. It was a shocking thought. Determined to find the truth, Jack set out on a new mission to uncover the hidden traitors and protect humanity from threats both outside and within. He traveled to secret bases, hacked into secured networks, and met with whistleblowers, risking everything to reveal the truth. Each discovery was more dangerous than the last. Powerful forces tried to stop him, yet Jack pressed on, knowing that survival depended on exposing these dark secrets. Meanwhile, the alien armada prepared for a massive second assault. Their ships grew larger and more numerous. The galaxy's fate hung in the balance. A small ship was a tiny spark in the dark, but it carried the hope of all humanity. The battle was far from over, and the greatest challenge was yet to come. Jack's discoveries shook the very foundation of Earth's leadership. Secret meetings, hidden alliances, and covert deals with the alien armada were uncovered. Some high-ranking officials had betrayed humanity for power and survival, believing resistance was futile. Jack's mission was no longer just about fighting outside enemies. It was about exposing the corruption threatening to destroy humanity from within. The public was shocked as leaks and news reports began revealing these betrayals. Trust in governments collapsed. Protests and riots broke out in cities worldwide. People demanded answers and justice, but the alien threat continued to grow stronger. Jack teamed up with a small group of loyal soldiers and scientists who believed in fighting for the future. Together, they formed a resistance inside Earth's crumbling system. Their goal? To take down the traitors and unite humanity against the alien invasion. But the traitors had resources and spies everywhere. Every step forward was met with danger. Ambushes, sabotage, and betrayals tested their strength and willpower. Amid this chaos, Jack's warship became a symbol of defiance and hope. Of his courage inspired others to join the fight. People rebuilt their shattered lives, knowing the battle for Earth was also a battle for truth. In the shadows, the alien armada continued to advance, preparing for their final, devastating assault. The time for hiding was over. Jack and the Resistance had one last chance, one final stand to save humanity from destruction and darkness. The fate of Earth rested on their shoulders. The final battle was upon them. Jack stood on the bridge of his warship, surrounded by a fleet of human ships, all ready to defend Earth's last hope. The air was thick with tension and determination. The sky was dark, lit only by the distant stars and the glowing weapons of approaching alien ships. The alien armada advanced with terrifying speed and firepower. Their numbers were overwhelming, but humanity's resolve was stronger. Jack's small ship darted through enemy lines, using every trick he had learned to protect the fleet and strike at the enemy's weak points. Explosions rocked the battlefield as ships clashed in fierce combat. Every blast echoed like thunder, and the silence of space was shattered by the roar of war. On Earth, people watched live broadcasts with bated breath, praying for their champions. The world was united in hope and fear. Jack's ship took heavy damage but refused to fall. He pushed his engines beyond limits, diving deep into enemy territory to deliver a critical strike against the alien command ship. The command ship shuddered. Its shields flickered, and finally, it began to break apart. The alien fleet faltered, confusion spreading among their ranks. With one final surge, the human fleet pressed forward, forcing the enemy to retreat. Silence returned to space, but it was a quiet victory, hard-won and fragile. Jack looked out. At the stars, his heart heavy but hopeful. The war had changed humanity forever. They had survived the impossible. But the scars would remain, and the story of their courage would be told for generations. The galaxy was vast, and threats would come again. But for now, Earth stood strong, a testament to human will, unity, and hope.